And they just run with it. And they're like, we're gonna lap these dumb motherfuckers before they even get out of bed. And you wanna know what? They did. They lapped us for 5 fucking years. And that's when I was working in the government, and that's what I saw. Because I was also going to school, and I was also learning about data science, and I was also around a lot of Chinese people. And I could see what was happening, but nobody else was paying attention. And honestly, it got to be too much. And here we are. And now I make videos. The third technology, which is like a nuclear power plant, but instead of nuclear waste, you just get water, I think, as a byproduct, or something benign. Not an expert on nuclear fission. This technology is also because what it provides is unlimited clean energy for those computers and for the AI, which is theoretical living inside the computers. All needs power, a lot of it. And if we just burn up all the coal under the ground or whatever we're going to do for the blockchain and for all this stuff, it's not obviously sustainable. We can't scale that without a better source of energy. And we need a better source of energy anyway. If we could get unlimited clean natural energy, it would solve so many problems. And I know we're working on it and China's working on it, but like we need it desperately. AI, quantum computing with classical computing, and nuclear fission. 1, 2, 3. Nuclear fission, they're probably about at the same level as us. AI, same level if we're lucky. Quantum computing, they've got quantum computers too. So yes, Google, but I mean, Google isn't DoD or something like that. I mean, DARPA's probably got some experimental quantum computer out there somewhere. Yeah, I mean, I know there's quantum projects. I know quantum's hot. I'm interested in quantum too. I know there's like experimental projects out there, but like we need to move faster on those 3 technologies. You know, I studied AI when I was younger, data science when I was younger. That's what I'm pushing on, but we need all 3. We have to succeed on all 3, put all 3 together. It's like the Thanos stones. That unlocks our future. And if they do it before us, we are definitely fucked. But I mean, there's a whole bunch of different ways that this could go down. But there's only 2 actors, USA and China. Like, basically, you're either on one side or the other. Then on AI, again, there's 3 things you need for AI. You need expertise, people who know how to build and train and maintain AI systems. You need computers, powerful computers of different types, but you're essentially talking about GPU, deep learning, training boxes, whatever you want to call them, very expensive. And then you also need data. The more data you have, the better. China has more data than us. Expertise, what really matters is like the top level, top 0.05% of data scientists, like the really badass data scientists. All the mediocre data scientists on either side, who fucking cares? We're really talking about like the New York Yankees, the, top level, these other sports analogy teams, whatever. The top level data scientists on both sides are really going to drive that leading edge, like the Oppenheimer types, right? And this Oppenheimer movie, it's analogous to AI. AI, not a weapon of mass destruction, but more powerful than a weapon of mass destruction and much more of an effect on our daily lives. Like if you think about it, very few human beings' daily lives have been affected by nuclear weapons. And probably never will. I mean, if you really think about it, right? Yeah, it scares everybody and it creates all this like dynamics and everything, but like it really has an effect on our lives. But this AI affects everything, and it's a massively powerful weapon that's multimodal, can be used for cyber, it can be used for hypersonic missiles, it can be used to like underwater submarine torpedoes. I mean, it is so powerful. So we ignored that fact because the people in the government weren't ready to make money off of it yet. So we ignored that fact for way too long. Probably lost at least 5 years. Basically, China figures it out in 2016. AlphaGo in China. China goes crazy for AI. This is how we leapfrog the Americans. We will take AI from them, which was created in America. This is American technology, AI. And we just gave it to them. And then so they run with it, create massive wealth, create massive economic opportunity in China while we're funding the whole thing for the last 40 years anyway, because we thought they were our friends. And they just run with it. And they're like, we're going to lap these dumb motherfuckers before they even get out of bed. And you want to know what? They did. They lapped us for 5 fucking years. And that's when I was working in the government. And that's what I saw. Because I was also going to school. And And I was also learning about data science. And I was also around a lot of Chinese people. And I could see what was happening. But nobody else was paying attention. And honestly, it got to be too much. And here we are. And now I make videos. They have more data than us. They have more, by the numbers, more expertise than us. But again, we're at the top, so that's a toss-up too. Computers. They don't have a domestic chip-making industry. Most of the regular processors are made in Taiwan, and then NVIDIA is the company making the AI processors that everybody wants, which people have been talking about are the H100 GPU processors. That's what, this next generation of GPU processors are really what's necessary for these generative AI models to generate what they're generating fast and to train on new data. I mean, they need some horsepower, in order to do what they're doing. There's a shortage basically. And we're shipping them outside the country. There was just a deal, Saudi Arabia trying to buy 5 billion of them. $5 billion worth or something. I mean, can't be shipping these things all over the world, okay? I mean, there needs to be export controls on this. On the chips, the main thing that is holding them back, Trump cut them off from the more advanced mobile chips, which was really an attack against Huawei, which is their big mobile company, like their Verizon. That really fucked them up, but that's not AI. And that was back during Trump times. Like last year, Biden cut them off from advanced AI chips. And they've been skirting that and everything, but they are not able to build chips to match what they need that they're getting essentially from us, or basically through proxies domestically. And if there was a war, they wouldn't be able, to get them theoretically. This is their top national priority. Now, Biden's already put restrictions on it. They need to be cut off totally. I mean, we just have to cut this off. We cannot be shipping these chips, these GPU chips, all over the world. It's crazy. We trained their kids. We taught them how our system works. We taught them how to analyze problems. We taught them, engineering and computers and in our best schools. And we sent them home because we thought that they would, spread American ideals and our American way of life and so on and so forth. But we just trained their bureaucratic state, and we trained them exactly how to attack us and how to beat us and how to figure it out, what our weaknesses are, what our strengths are. It's exactly what happened to the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was using the barbarians, and then eventually the barbarians learned everything about them, and it was you don't have an advantage, and gave it away. I mean, we're literally teaching them this tech stuff, this AI stuff. We teach it to them, and then we deport them because they can't find a job under our unfair system. So they go back and they're what are they left to do? The immigration, the lack of control over this whole thing is appalling. We're just giving them everything. We give them all our data. Our companies sold them all our genetic data. So if you took one of those ancestry tests, your data is going straight to the communists in China into a big database. American genetic data database. Let's log into that one and, in Beijing, analyze the Americans' genetic data, you, your kids, your mom, your dad. There's some guy there flipping through your double helix. And we just sold it to them. They got all their genetic data and they have ours. They have all our stolen emails. They have all the software we've ever created. They have all the content we've ever created. They have everything. We gave them all this AI shit. We sent them grants. We probably built AI centers in China to teach them AI faster than we did. We don't even do it here. We don't even teach the kids AI here. Why don't you teach American kids AI? Even Chinese American kids too. I mean, but I'm not saying don't teach them, but we're handing them a loaded gun. And these H100 NVIDIA GPU chips are the bullets, and we're selling them, or we're allowing them to get them. We've already handed them the gun. We're giving them the bullets. We can't track where these chips are going. We can't pass a law on these chips. California can track every fucking 9mm round that's sold within the borders there, but we can't track a couple thousand H100 chips. This is the fate of humanity. This is the next generation and the next 10 generations. The entire human experiment, the entire human history, culminating in two rising nations that are about to smash into each other. And In the middle of that is AI, which is the most important technology that we've ever created. They got started before us. They are going faster than us, and they want it more. And their leaders are more focused. We have to get this right, or one side is going to take off over the other. And when that wrestling match is over, there's not going to be a round two.